everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Northern Kentucky Spotlight Podcast. I'm your host, Sarah Brookbank. Today, we've got a really exciting episode. We are talking to Derek Petruskevich, the Assistant Athletic Director of Development for Northern Kentucky University Athletics. He is going to talk to us about NKU's upcoming men's and women's basketball seasons and how you guys can get some tickets. But before that, let's go ahead and give a thank you to our sponsors. CVG, our title sponsor, C Crew Consulting, our digital sponsor, and our episode sponsors, Horan and Heartland Bank. Now, one last thing before we start talking to Derek, I want to give you guys a heads up about a bunch of really great events that the Chamber is hosting in the month of October. It is absolutely jam-packed. On October 18th, we have the 4th annual NKYP Bourbon and Boards. The event is a perfect opportunity for young professionals to learn about available leadership positions with local nonprofits and how board level engagement can support personal and professional growth. On October 19th, we have our monthly installment of Eggs and Issues, and that is going to be solving the workforce puzzle. Don't miss that one. That's at receptions as usual. And finally, one of the biggest events of the year, on October 20th, we have the 2021 Women's Initiative Regional Summit sponsored by PNC. This year's event will take place at Schiff Conference Center at Xavier University. The theme is Emerging into an Empowered Future and is designed to help attendees emerge into an empowered future. Imagine that. So thank you for sticking around for that. Now let's hear a little bit more from our sponsors and then we will talk to Derek.
CVG Airport is the lowest fare airport in the tri-state region with 54 nonstop flights and direct international service to 7 destinations, including Paris, France, and now home to both DHL's and Amazon's global cargo hubs. The airport is furthering its position as leader in aviation and is deeply committed to being an economic driver for the community. You can learn more and start your next adventure at cvgairport.com.
Ranking on Google Search and Maps is easy to understand, but hard to do. It requires constant effort and attention, uploading new photos, responding to Google reviews, writing weekly posts, and checking suggested updates. Google listing optimization takes experience and time, and there are no shortcuts. C Crew gives your Google My Business account the steady, consistent attention it needs to be effective, optimizing, updating, and expanding critical content every single week. From local retail stores to large regional networks, C Crew generates content, establishes benchmarks, and creates dramatic, measurable increases in engagement. So what can C Crew do for your business? More calls, more clicks, more clients.
Hi, and welcome back to the Northern Kentucky Spotlight Podcast. I am here with Derek Petruskevich, Assistant Athletic Director of Development for NKU. Welcome, welcome.
Thank you so much. I'm so excited to talk with y'all.
All right, well, we are excited to have you, and let's talk basketball. The season is fastly approaching us.
Yes, we have our men's teams and women's teams are practicing right now, so it's exciting. We know Kentucky is basketball country, and we're excited to say that November 9th is when our women's team opens up against a MAC opponent in Kent State, and then November 10th, our men's team opens up with a home matchup as well.
Awesome. And so how can we get tickets to see NKU? I know it's always an exciting season.
Yeah, so for all of our Norse loyal fans who've had season tickets before, we're excited to say we will have fans in the stadium this year. So a little bit different than last year. Everybody reeling through that. We're excited to say we're welcoming the community back. Season ticket renewals have gone out to our season ticket purchasers previously. So those should have hit mailboxes last week. We're seeing a great renewal rate so far, a little over 40%, I want to say, after the first 2 weeks. So we're excited about that. That means our fans are excited to get back here. And then also that deadline is coming up on October 18th. So once that deadline hits, that's when we're going to open up the good seats that may be available to the general public for anyone that may be interested in purchasing season tickets. And then also individual game tickets will go on sale during that point as well.
Okay, so that seems pretty easy. Is there a wait list you need to get on to be notified that everything opens up, or just people should mark their own calendars?
Yeah, so pay attention to our website, as always, nkunorse.com. You can check out our calendar there, and our ticketing online portal is there. But also included with this podcast will be contact information for myself with the Go Norse Fund, and then also Mickey Ford, who runs our ticket office with NKU Athletics. So those are two great ways to get involved. I will say there is a wait list. All of our courtside seats are filled, so it's really exciting to say that. But there is a wait list. If you are interested in courtside seats, you can reach out to me directly, and then we could discuss the possibilities there.
Well, that is great. That's a great opportunity for people that want to get really close to the action. I'm sure that some people are very into that. You don't want to necessarily be in the nosebleeds.
Absolutely. It's fun just to be right there with the thrill of it all. And again, now that we're opening up the stadium after a good year and a half, it'll be great to have fans there. There will be a mask mandate that is required inside the building. So we're trying to provide the funnest and healthiest and safest environment for all of our fans. So be prepared to wear a mask inside. But other than that, we want you cheering, we want you loud, and we want you there to support our Norse student athletes.
Right, of course. And so as Assistant Athletic Director of Development, you also work with the Go Norse Fund. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Absolutely. So the Go Norse Fund is the fundraising arm of NKU Athletics. So our main mission is to provide an elevated experience for all of our student athletes. NKU Athletics supports over 200 student athletes competing in 17 Division I sports, from women's soccer, men's soccer, to your tennises, to your golfs, all throughout the year. So it's great to be able to have an influence on a young person's life through the Go Norse Fund, but also have fun with your philanthropy. We're all about trying to build a community of philanthropy, KU Athletics, in a fun social community. It's a great group of people to get involved with if you love sports, if you love the Northern Kentucky region, but also have fun with your philanthropy and make a cause with your dollars, make a difference with your dollars.
Right, of course. And that is awesome. So I have one last question for you before we sign off together. Are our basketball teams making it to the NCAA tournaments this year?
I don't live in a world of promises, but I am very confident with the teams that Cameron and Darren have put together to put out on the court. And we're really excited. We have a great bunch of local talent. We're always making sure that we represent the region very well with our student athlete population. So keep an eye out for some of those Kentucky kids that are playing on the court for us, not only on the court, but in all of our other different sports as well that you can support. We have volleyball going on right now. We have soccer going on. So we're excited about all of our teams potentially making the NCAA tournament, but we're extra hopeful with both our men's and women's basketball teams as well.
Right, exactly. And we are so excited to see the season kick off. Derek, thank you so much for joining us today. And we cannot wait to see what NKU does next. Everybody else for the podcast, stick with us and we will sign off with you here shortly. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Shannon Schumacher, Account Executive, Kentucky Market Leader. At Haran, we champion bold innovation to help employers and individuals thrive. As an industry thought leader, we explore new horizons in healthcare, benefits, employee engagement, and wellness. We work harder to deliver all the strategic benefits, planning, and execution you expect from a true partner. And we do it with laser focus on your short and long-term outcomes to help manage your benefits while improving your employee experience.
So Heartland is celebrating its 110th anniversary this year. Recently, we partnered with the Kinkle family and the Fisher family in Northern Kentucky, Boone, Kenton, and Campbell counties. And we have 3 offices there to serve the Northern Kentucky region. Just remember, when the economy heats up, come see us at Heartland Bank, where banking really feels good.
Come on over to Heartland, where banking feels good.
Well, thank you guys so much for listening to today's podcast. And thanks again to Derek Petruskevich for joining us today. Do not forget to set your calendar for October 18th to get a hold of those NKU basketball tickets. And thanks again to our sponsors for this great episode: CVG, our title sponsor, C Crew Consulting, our digital sponsor, and our episode sponsors, Haran and Heartland Bank. If you are a member who wants to be featured on the podcast, or if you're interested in becoming a member of the Northern Kentucky Chamber of Commerce, please reach out to Lynn Ablin. You can find her contact in our staff directory at nkychamber.com. Thanks for tuning in to this week's episode, and we will see you next week. Bye.